guys, how you doing? jpsarrireviews here, and welcome again to another preview video. And in today's video, I want to share with you my top 10 recommendations of comic book collections, of hardcover collections, those which I consider the best of the best for the month of February. So stay tuned in the next couple of minutes. If you're here for the first time, please don't forget to leave a like, to leave a comment, to subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about the content of this video, about my channel. But before we get into my top 10 list, I want to share with you some information on some books that are reprinted this month, or they get in a second or third batch. We get in the Infinity Gauntlet Omnibus, the regular version. Actually, I already ordered mine. It's coming out in the mail today, so I'm excited for that one. The Uncanny X-Men Volume 1 by Chris Claremont, John Byrne, Dave Cockrum is getting another reprint. It's coming out also this week. Moon Knight Omnibus Volume 1 is coming out on the 22nd of this month. For those who miss on the first print, we get in both versions, direct market and also the regular version. And we're preparing for the second volume coming next month. The X-Men, the original run, Volume 1 Omnibus, the direct market is supposed to come out on the 22nd. The regular version is already out on the regular market. But if you want the direct market, it's coming out. And that's been a whale for a long time. That was out of print for 10 years. And also, if you're a fan of Berserk, keep an eye open throughout the month because we're going to get different reprints of different volumes of the Dark Horse collection, which in my opinion is the best collection, and you can get them for a good price. Now, let's get into my top 10 list. Number 1, Astonishing X-Men by Joss Whedon and John Cassaday Omnibus. Now, this is coming out this week, which is already available in some places. And I'm telling you, this is a fantastic collection. As soon as it was announced, I was thrilled with it because I really love this version of the X-Men. I remember when I read this one when it came out, and I was just excited for it. It definitely was an interesting take on the X-Men. Very mature, love the art of John Cassaday, and I'm telling you, the price $59.99 right now on the direct market is the best price that you can find this book. It is a phenomenal version of the X-Men. Number 2, Wolverine and the X-Men by Jason Aaron Omnibus. I'm telling you, this is a great collection. I'm telling you, I remember when it came out, I was intrigued by it because, of course, Wolverine as the leader of the X-Men, what can go wrong? You know, that was my idea. And I was impressed. Of course, the art is great. You got Chris Bachalo, you got Nick Bradshaw, Jorge Molina, Mike Allred, Steven Sanders. You have other artists, but I will tell you, it's a really interesting take. Of course, it's more on the modern side. You had to keep up with comics, really, to understand a lot of the stuff that is going on there. And I know some people, if you're being out of comics, it's gonna be hard for you to adapt to this one. Definitely, the art also is very modern. But I was impressed. I loved it. Number 3, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, the Classic Years Omnibus. Now, there are two different versions. You got the signed edition, which is $149.99 in the direct market, or you can go for the regular, which is $37.49. This will be available in most places. Right now, it's sold out at Cheap Graphic Novels, but it will be probably available. They will probably get more of this. I'm telling you, when this came out, I remember Elvira in the 90s. This was an interesting take. Of course, this is in black and white. I don't know if they color some of the pages here, but I know it was black and white. And it was really cool. Of course, you got a lot of different artists here. You got Paul Dini. You have great people involved in the production here, great artists. And it's a very contemporary, for the times in the 90s, it was a very intriguing, very sexy book. So I'm glad that they're bringing all pretty much the initial run, the initial part of Elvira, because that run lasted for a long time. So I don't know if they're going to do more than just one omnibus. It doesn't say Volume 1. But it's exciting. Definitely, Elvira is becoming very popular. It's been popular forever, but now I think it's more popular than ever. Number 4, Excalibur Omnibus Volume 2. Now, I'm excited for this one. I have Volume 1, so I'm going to get Volume 2 as soon as I can. But I'm working on a review for Volume 1, so stay tuned. At the end of this week, I will have it ready for you, so stay tuned for that. Now, what I like about this book is the fact that Alan Davis, he takes over. Not only is the artist there, which it was, in my opinion, was the best artist on Volume 1 anyway, but he takes over the range as an artist, but also as the writer of the story. And I'm telling you, the second part of the book is as good as the first one, and in some cases even better. Excalibur was really good. The ideas, the art is amazing, and definitely it's a great addition to an Excalibur collection, to an X-Men collection. Number 5, Star Wars Legends Rise of the Sith Omnibus. This is coming out on the 8th. Now, this is an interesting book because this is actually not the first time that we have an omnibus of the stories here. These stories were contained in an omnibus that was produced by Dark Horse Comics, one that still you can find available if you're going for the trade paperback style of omnibus, the smaller size omnibus, but also the digital version. The writing here can be a bit uneven because there's so many, of course, there's many different artists, there's many different writers. And of course, you know, there's some stories that you prefer over the others. I think when it shines is when you start seeing some of the more established characters. For example, when you see stories of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Maul, and you're going to see all of that, then definitely I think that you're gonna feel the stories here flowing much better. It is a great collection in my opinion, and I'm glad that Marvel is bringing all this collection together, putting it together into this nice omnibus format. Number 6, Flintstones Deluxe Edition hardcover. This is coming out on the 8th. The price is $29.99. When I read this one, the writer is Mark Russell and the artist Steve Pugh and Rick Leonardi. I was impressed by it. I was really impressed. I wasn't expecting much of it, but it was recommended to me, and as many of you know, I love when you recommend something and I get into it because I'm always take the challenge. I get to read this stuff, and I was impressed. It is an interesting story. It has a lot of social commentary, and the art is super good. Of course, Steve Pugh and Rick Leonardi, you know, we're talking about great artists, and the stories are really good. It's funny, entertaining, it's mature at the same time. It's not as heavy laden or some stories that tend to be so heavy with commentary. No, it's not. It just has the right balance. Number 7, Doctor Strange Omnibus Volume 2. It's coming out on the 16th, $60. Now, the direct market is the one that is coming out on the 16th. The regular version is already out in some markets, so you go for, I will, in my opinion, go for the direct market because that's the best cover. That's a classic cover in my opinion. Now, this is a great era for Doctor Strange. If you already are a fan or you already own the first volume, then definitely you're gonna love Volume 2. In my opinion, the stories are expanded even more. I feel that the character is growing. I really love that time of Doctor Strange. I felt that there were so many crazy, wacky ideas that Marvel was expanding. You have great writers like Roy Thomas, Chris Claremont. In the art, you have all the heroes of that era of Marvel. So you have Bill Everett, Herb Trimble, Alan Davis. You have so many great artists. So it's a fantastic time. Number 8, New Mutants Omnibus Volume 2. Now, if you already own Volume 1, then it is a no-brainer. You have to add this to your collection. The continuation of the stories get crazier, I'm telling you, on Volume 2. There's a lot of stuff here that, in my opinion, I will tell you one thing. I was never a big fan of the New Mutants, but it's in recent years that I have really seen the stories in a different light. Of course, I'm older. I can see what they were trying to achieve here. Chris Claremont was really trying to play with different ideas, but I appreciate even the art even more than I did when I was younger. You know, you have Mary Wilshire, you got Barry Windsor Smith, you got Arthur Adams. So you have really a good array of artists, and the stories are very diverse. These characters, of course, are young mutants, and there's a lot of things that the angst of youth and a lot of things that they're dealing with, and different adventures, some crazy adventures they have to go through. Number 9, Sin City Volume 3, The Big Fat Kill Deluxe hardcover. I'm telling you, I'm excited for this collection. I'm so happy the Dark Horse Comics decided to reprint the collection in a much better format than the Big Damn Sin City. Yeah, I think that was a huge book. This is a perfect collection with the slipcases and all that. $64.99 I think is a fantastic price. Some people may disagree. Some people may complain about the prices for the slipcases. In the end, when you have the entire collection, it's going to be expensive. But I'm telling you, these are fantastic stories. You ask me which are my favorite stories by Frank Miller, which is the favorite piece of work that he has ever done, I will tell you Sin City. Sin City was the best story ever. I think it's when Frank Miller was unleashed and he was able to express what he wanted to express, and his art is very unique. It fits the profile, it fits everything. I love the stories. They're fantastic. They're very dark, but they're very good. And I'm glad that Dark Horse Comics is reprinting this in this format. And number 10, What If, the original Marvel series Omnibus Volume 2. I'm telling you, I don't know which one to choose of all these covers because the art here is amazing. You have Romita, which is phenomenal. You have Bob Layton, and you have Budiansky. And Budiansky has a fantastic cover as well. These are fantastic covers. Whichever you choose, you'll be satisfied. I'm so glad that Marvel is bringing this. Of course, prior to that, we have the Masterworks collection, which is fantastic in my opinion as well. But now having all this collected into the omnibus format is just phenomenal. What if stories. Right now, of course, the What If after the show on Disney Plus, people are excited for What If. People are eager to know more about this type of stories. They want to know more of them. They want to read more. They want to add them to their collection. They want to be more familiar with it. And I think it's a fantastic time. They chose the best time to release this book. All right, guys, that's my top 10. But before I go, I want to share with you also some honorable mentions, some books that didn't make the cut, but in my opinion, also you need to consider for your collection. You have Madman Library Edition Volume 2 hardcover. You're a fan of Michael Allred, you're a fan of Madman, then definitely this is a must. Also, we're getting Marvel Masterworks Marvel 2-in-1 Volume 6 coming out on the 16th. If you're a fan of this series, which in my opinion is a fantastic series with The Thing, Quasar, Warlock, all these characters coming together, you're going to love this one. Mark Grunwald, Rolf Macchio, they are the writers, Jerry Bingham, Ron Wilson, George Perez in the art. Also for the Marvel Masterworks, we're getting the Amazing Spider-Man Volume 23 direct market version. The regular version came out last month, but now the direct market is coming out this month. So if you're a fan of that, if you want to have the direct market version, at the end of the day, it's the same content, but it's amazing content for sure. We're also getting a Marvel Masterworks, a Doctor Strange Volume 10 hardcover coming out on the 23rd. And I'm telling you, it's amazing to see the Marvel Masterworks after all these years, the oldest series that Marvel has produced so far. They continue on. They are just, bringing so many collections every month. And this is another great addition to the line. If you're a Doctor Strange fan, if you love the Marvel Masterworks, it is a must. And finally, Lady Death Omnibus Volume 1 coming out on the 23rd. Now, I'll tell you, I was never a big fan of Lady Death in the 90s. I wasn't crazy about the art, but I know that there's a lot of fans out there, they love it. This contains the first 10 issues, and it has a lot of also information. It has interviews, it has all kind of things in this omnibus. It's if you love the omnibus format, then you're going to love this one. It is in the plus size and all of that, so it has all the extras that you're looking for. If you love the art and the creation of Brian Pulido, definitely this is going to be one that you need to add to your collection if you're a big fan of it. Now, I'm telling you guys, this month it's amazing. Every month is amazing. I have been not doing these videos for a while because I've been busy. And, I was busy doing other things with my life, so I didn't get a chance for months to do this. But hopefully we can get back to it because I love to look at the list. I always like to come and pay attention and check the stuff that is coming out. And there's a lot of stuff that it's exciting. It's surprising to see the stuff that is coming out. And definitely this month is no exception. But what is your opinion, my friends? What do you think about the list that I shared with you today? Are you a fan of it? You're not a fan? Is there anything that I missed that you also would like to point out? Let me know in the comments below. But before I go, please do not forget to leave a like, to subscribe to the channel if you're here for the first time. Also follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The links are down below. And please consider supporting the channel financially through Patreon. My friends, God bless you. Take care. I will talk to you again. Bye-bye.